Okay, so today's project we're going to be working on a 2000 Toyota 4Runner Limited two-wheel drive. It's a third generation, and basically got a loose shifter here, and I did some research online and see that it's a couple inside on the shifter. There are some end pieces that need to be replaced. They get broken, so some bushings. You can see the part number 90385111003. I ordered 4 of them. Apparently there's 2 bars in there that we're going to take apart, and 1 on each side, and that should tighten up the shifter. I noticed it the other night. I haven't driven this in a while. This is my stepson's truck. Haven't driven it in probably 4 months. Went to chase the dog the other night and had to drive it, and noticed that in the shift it was pretty sloppy. I don't think it could cause any problems, but the parts were here in 3 days, so we're going to give it a shot. Shouldn't be too bad, and I'll take you along the way. So first thing I did was add some light. We're going to have to pop off this cover here and then figure out how to get this knob off. I had this quickly off the other night just to take a look at underneath. Doesn't look too bad. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll stop and pause along the way. So basically 4 tabs there. It comes right out. You can see the underside. You just pull it out good and firm. I pulled the top out first and then pulled the back out. And then we're going to go after these. Looks like there's 4 Phillips head screwdrivers around the base of this shifter. You can get a look at them here, and then we'll take those 4 out, move some of these wires, and pay attention to where they go in. Looks like one there. There's 2 small ones back there, and then a main console, this white one. And then we'll see what we have underneath. It looks like there's going to be 4. Look like 10mm bolts that'll probably take that base off, and then we'll be able to see. Now the area where the grommets are that I could tell is right in here. There's a bar that's going to go across on both sides, so we'll see what that looks like and what we have to remove to get at it. So I'll follow up in a second. Alright, so I just want to show you what I did here. You undo the 4 Phillips on the top, and then there's 4 10mm around it. And then it pretty much frees up. You can see that you don't have to undo all the plugs. The whole piece lists here out pretty cleanly. No worries. It's a little bit tricky getting underneath when you lift the plate up, and I'll show you what you come across. I actually pulled the bolt out. It's a 14mm. I was able to get on it from this side. I removed the piece of plastic that was here guarding it, and then I unbolted this, and then here's the nut on the other side. You can see no problem. So just 2 pieces. Had to get under this piece of plastic, so if you lift it up here you can see, and it actually the blue piece of the grommet is still inside the center, and it's just, you know, totally destroyed. So you can see it's pretty much just like dust in there, and that's the end of the shifter knob. So that's the piece that we're looking to fill, and then put this all back together, and we should be good to go. I think there's 1 on each side, but it really just disintegrated, so this thing should shift like new. Now somebody said there are 4. I haven't seen the other one yet. They said a top and a bottom, so I still have to check that out. I went underneath. It doesn't appear to be underneath the car. Again, this piece of plastic here, this grommet, is a protector from the outside elements underneath, so you can pretty much look down in the car here. But not too bad of a job. I'm going to kind of get in there now and put the grommets in and put it back together. But if you're trying this, you know, if you have basic mechanical skills and you can order the parts online, I'd say it's probably a 30 to 45 minute job if everything goes well here. Not too much you can break or screw up. Pretty easy to plug these things back in and put it together. I did not need to take the handle off. If you do that, there's springs in there. There's 2 Phillips heads. If you get the idea and you want to do that, be really careful, but I really don't think that you need to. It probably would give you a little more clearance if you wanted to remove it, but not necessary for this job. Talk to you later. Alright, so the project's over. I put it all back together, and it shifts great. So it was actually only 2 of the bushings. I ended up, as you saw earlier, I took apart the whole console. It was much easier to handle. and the protector on the bottom, the rubber part that goes between the road and the interior, I just separated it, but when you put it back together it compresses really tight, and I'm not concerned about any water getting in there. But again, you can't tell here, it's not until you really shift it, but it's much smoother now, almost like new. So 2 bushings cost me $250 plus shipping, and I feel like probably saved a couple $100 on this project. It's real easy to do if you have basic mechanical skills. Have a good one. Hope you find this video helpful.